Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Anubhav français French classes. If you have already subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon to get the latest updates. In today's class, we will learn one more tense in French, which is the present conditional. Yeah, so let's start. Le présent conditionnel or the present conditional. In today's video, we will do two things. First, we will learn the formation, and then what we will do, we will learn present conditional with some of the verbs used in French. So let us begin with the formation. For learning the formation, first let us write the subjects. Je, tu, il, elle. First person singular, second person singular, il, elle, third person singular. Nous, which means we. First person plural, vous. Again, you. Second person plural. And il, elle. Third person plural. So, as you can see, we have written the subjects. Now, a question arises how to form present conditional or le présent conditionnel. So, you can write like an equation, like for me, it's a kind of equation only, that how to form present conditional. First, the subject, then space, then the stem, and then imperfect endings without leaving any gap, which means hold together. Stem. This word I used somewhere in my earlier videos also. Yeah, if you remember that, very good. Because the stem, the word stem, here I mean by the stem of the tense future sample. If you don't remember or you haven't watched the video based on future sample and imperfect, do watch it. The links are in the description. So yeah, the formation is the subject, then we use the stem part, only the stem. Please remember that. No endings of future sample, only the stem of future sample, and then the endings. Again, not the verb part, only the endings of imperfect. So I am putting some blanks right here. We will put some stems of future sample of some verbs, and now we will write the imperfect endings. If you have watched the video, I hope you remember that with je, it's AIS. With tu, it's AIS again. With il and elle, it's AIT. With nous, it's IONS. with vous, it's IEZ. And with il and elle plural, it is AIENT. So, before moving ahead, I would like to say one thing, that present conditional, which we are doing right now, generally when we translate from French to English, it means would. So yeah, now let us start forming by taking some verbs as examples. This equation you must keep in mind that like the subject, then stem of future sample, and then without leaving any space or without putting any hyphen, together future sample, stem, and imperfect endings. So yeah, now let's take an ER ending verb, say parler, PARLER, which means to speak. Now the stem of the verb parler is the whole infinitive. So with je, let us write parler here, parler, and then there is imperfect ending. So it will be pronounced as je parlerai, je parlerai, parlerai, I would speak. I told you now that present conditional means would most of the times. Now let us take an IR ending verb, which is choisir, which means to choose. So let's make it with tu. Again, the stem of future sample of choisir is the whole infinitive. So yeah, Tu choisirais. Tu choisirais. What does it mean? You would choose. With il and l, let's take ger ending verb, say manger, which means to eat. So, manger. Again, the stem part is the whole infinitive. So, with il and l, mangerait. Il mangerait, he would eat. Elle mangerait, she would eat. And now with nous, now let's take a cer ending verb. For instance, we'll be taking the verb commencer, which means to start. Cer, commencer, to start. Let's form it with nous. Commencer, again, whole infinitive is the stem for future sample of commencer. So, nous commencerions. Quite long, but yeah. Nous commencerions, we would start. Vous, let's take re ending verb, say prendre, which means to take. And I hope that you remember that for re ending verbs, when we do future sample, what we do, we remove the e. So the stem part for future sample is prendr, prendre. So with vous, first write the stem used in future sample and then the imperfect ending respective with vous, which is iez. So let's read it. Vous prendriez. Vous prendriez means you would take. Now let's start with present conditional for the verbs which are written in an irregular form in future sample. So if you don't remember that, I have discussed that topic in future sample part 2. So do watch it. The links are again in the description. So yeah, let's start with aller. To go. The stem for aller is ir. So with il, put ir right here. Ils iraient, elles iraient. Again, one more concept which I have previously discussed, but I would like to discuss again since it has appeared. This word ends with a consonant. The next word starts with a vowel, I and S. You can't pronounce it as L, ire. You can't. You have to pronounce it together, which is known as liaison. Elles iraient, the consonant and the vowel. Similarly, ils iraient. Let's take some more. Avoir, to have. The stem in future sample for avoir is AUR. So with je, let's make it aurait. So since it begins with a vowel which is A, it won't remain je, it will become J apostrophe. So j'aurais. J'aurais, I would have. Let's have it with tu. With the verb être, which means to be, the stem for être is SCR. So tu serais. Tu serais. What does it mean? You would be. And now the last verb, which we will take for learning the formation, which is d'avoir. D'avoir means to be must. The future simple stem DEVR. Devrait, il, elle, devrait, which means like if we write it with il, it should have. Then with nous, again, let's take one more. To have better understanding, V-O-U-D-R. Can you recollect which verb is the stem? So voudre is of vouloir. So vouloir means to want. So nous voudrions. What does it mean? We would want. So now let us have a quick recap what we did right now. We discussed the equation of present conditional, which is like, you can't call it an equation, but it's just that I call it an equation. So yeah, it's helpful for you if you are good at maths, so you can just learn it for the sake of maths. So yeah, present conditional, subject, space, future sample stem, without leaving a space, imparfait, ending. That's the equation, the golden rule for present conditional. Then we recollected the endings of imparfait, and then putting some stems of some verbs, we learned the meaning and how to do present conditional, that is the formation. Now, when to use present conditional? Like, of course, in each and every sentence, like instead of present, you can't just put present conditional. There are some special cases where we use only present conditional, and some like present conditional is optional, but it's better to use present conditional in those places. Cases when this tense is used. First one, for expressing a wish or desire. Let's write a sentence to understand it even better. Je voudrais, the present conditional of the verb vouloir, which means to want, du café au lait. Je voudrais du café au lait. So here, like voudrais, it's not just want. Here it would mean I would like to have, or I want some milk coffee. Café au lait, milk coffee. Now the second case, which we use when we are speaking in a very polite manner. Now, how to recognize when we are polite or we are impolite? Now, it can be done to the tone of speech in which you are conversing. But like if we add please in the sentence or at the end of the sentence, it makes it even more polite. So if we put the words in the sentence like s'il te plaît or s'il vous plaît, where both means please only, the word s'il te plaît, please, s'il vous plaît, please, this indicates that you are very polite. So when you are conversing in a polite manner, the tense which you have to use is present conditional. So when you are very polite, the tense which you use is present conditional. Let's make a sentence. Tu aurais dû faire s'il te plaît. So, tu aurais, present conditional of the verb avoir, which means to have, dû faire some light, s'il te plaît, please. Tu aurais dû faire s'il te plaît, would you have some light, please? So, suggestion, let's make a sentence. On pourrait aller au restaurant s'asseoir. Now, you may ask, like, where's the subject in this sentence? Let me tell you. I think I have discussing it for the first time. I haven't discussed it so far. It's on, or. On, or means we, but while conjugation of any verb, it is treated just like third person singular, which is il or el. So that's why we have the ait ending instead of ions, because it means we. In some cases, or means one also. Like there are some sentences where we say like one, do like that. So yeah. Or pourrait aller au restaurant ce soir. Pourrait with pouvoir. Present conditional of pouvoir. So we could go to the restaurant this evening. You are suggesting something to other people. So you have the tense which you have to use is present conditional. And now the last case when to use present conditional, which is for describing future in the past. Yeah, you heard me right. Future in the past. It may sound weird, but it will become clearer when I will give the example. The last case, il a dit qu'il arriverait tard. Qui is like QUE, which is a pronominative sampler. So il, he, RD, it's in passé composé. So the first part of the sentence is like passé composé, and the second one is present conditional. So he said that he will be coming late. As you can see, like he said, I have said, S-A-I-D, said, which is past. He said that he will be coming late. Will be coming late, it's future. So describing future in the past. Il a dit qu'il arriverait tard. He said that he will be arriving late. Arriverait, the verb arriver, which means to arrive. C'est tout pour aujourd'hui. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any doubt or suggestion, you may write that in the comment section below. And one more thing which I would like to say is that you may also like my Facebook page, Anubhav Français French classes. Here I have been uploading test papers based on the videos which I do on YouTube. So it's really helpful for you if you practice them. So yeah, that's all for today. Au revoir, n'oubliez pas que la langue française est l'amour.